right. So the question is, we're still going to suffer, and we still have pain. You're saying that the yoga and the meditation can reduce the suffering through awareness? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Pain and suffering is inevitable part of life. Old age, disease and death are unavoidable. The purpose of yoga and meditation is prevention and maintenance. Prevention and maintenance so that we can remain healthy body and healthy mind, so we can use healthy body and healthy mind for meditation and attain spiritual wisdom, so that we can withstand old age, disease, suffering and death. So preparing ahead of time.
What do you mean by withstand it?
Withstand means endure it with joy and endure it.
Okay.
So generally pain is the same, but people resist it, and because of resistance they magnify the pain.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
Pain is normal, but because of resistance people create external suffering.
Okay.
People who have greater awareness, they can reduce the pain.
By accepting it.
By accepting it.
And working with it.
Working with it.
Okay.
Also, when one advances, one separates own consciousness that I am not the body, I am apart from the body. So one can cultivate the awareness and separate the consciousness from the body. It's just like one takes anesthetics injection when one doesn't feel pain. So masters who evolve further, they can isolate their consciousness from their body.
Okay.
Also, we can isolate our consciousness from our mind and emotions, because we suffer because of insult, mental distress, all kind of different things happening. Actually, somebody praises you and blames you, gain and loss, these are all suffering. So with meditation and awareness, one can cultivate equanimity, so one doesn't get overexcited and one doesn't get depressed. So one maintains equilibrium.
Right. So no matter what is said, you're not affected.
Right. It is there.
Right.
So reality is how we perceive it.
Right.
So if you have awareness, you perceive it differently. So like all the suffering, one can accept as blessing, because that suffering helps them to go in the spiritual direction. Okay. So one has to get understanding and maturity as one gets older. Yoga doesn't prevent everything. Even suppose one practices yoga and is attached that I'm practicing yoga, nothing should happen to me, that attachment is also ignorance. And that is what I have experimented, that no matter how much yoga you do, whatever you do, certain things are inevitable. So you have to face it. Many times you stop resistance and you can heal yourself much better than resisting and fighting it. But certain things are inevitable. On the other hand, we have enough control, because some scientists, I think Dr. Greg Braden, and Bruce Lipton, some of the scientists did the experiment with a DNA molecule. And people believed that a DNA controls us. I have genetic problem because of my parents, so I will get that problem. But they proved that DNA doesn't control us, but environment controls DNA. So we have tremendous potential to change our DNA. So with yoga and meditation, we have tremendous chance to alter some of the food blueprints of DNA molecule. So if we really change our thoughts and our emotions and our thinking, we have tremendous chance to change the outcome. So these are all the choices. but pain, suffering, and death are inevitable. When you realize there is no such thing as death, Atman is never born, never dying, then you can face death without fear. So this is the wisdom. Aches, pain, disease, you can isolate yourself. So all the practices would help, but you cannot avoid certain reality.